What's good, YouTube? Shalom, shalom, and welcome to the channel. Hawkeye Hebrew back with another video. And today we plan on the Pyrebrand sniper. Feel like the build is kind of self-explanatory. You already know what set I'm running, so we keep it simple. So I'm running New Moon Acolyte on my front bar with a damage glyph, and I also have the same thing on my back bar with a defending. So my front bar weapon is sharpened, my back bar weapon is defending, and I have double dot poisons on that. And then obviously we've got Pyrebrand, and this is pretty much the bulk of the entire build. The New Moon Acolyte is kind of there to boost my overall damage and healing. So, but yeah, Pyrebrand, this is the star of the show for the build. And it's giving us a line of pen, 2 lines of weapon and spell damage, and then it states that your light attacks deal X amount of flame damage over 6 seconds, and then your fully charged heavy attacks consume up to 3 of your damage over time effects to deal blank amount of flame damage in a 6-meter radius. This does some pretty good damage from all the testing that I've seen. It's pretty solid. Unfortunately, I don't have all the good pieces I need. Like, my build is kind of all over the place as far as the pieces I'm using. Like, you can see I got the trainee chest on, and then I got a Pyrebrand helmet and a shoulder. So yeah, I don't have the best pieces for this. I'm also not a fan of PvE content, so as soon as I got enough Pyrebrand pieces to put a build together, I kind of ran with it. So, but we got a medium helmet, got a heavy chest, medium shoulder, medium waist, medium hands, medium legs, and light feet. Ideally, I want my light piece to be on my belt and my feet to be medium, but again, I don't have the best traits, so I had to work with what I had on this. So yeah, 5-piece Pyrebrand, 5-piece New Moon. You can see my jewelry right here. Then I actually have 2 pieces of Swift on. Got the Mark and Ring of Majesty Swift, and then the New Moon Acolyte Ring Swift, and this helps me a lot. I think this is gonna kind of be my new base for building with bow builds. I like the 2 pieces of Swift. You combine that with the champion point passive for the extra speed. Yeah, celerity. You get that extra 10% from celerity, and the bow roll dodge gives you 30% more movement speed. And then I actually have minor expedition on here too. So like, this build is extremely fast, and I absolutely love it. But let's go ahead and get into the stats. So let me buff up for y'all. So we got 14k max magicka, 30,000 health, 21,000 max stam, 1100. Nope, I got more recovery than that. 1400 mag recovery, actually decent health recovery, and then we got 2200 stam recovery, so some really good recoveries on here. And then as far as our damage, go ahead and show you that. So we're looking at about, I feel like that's not right, there it is, 6k. Got 6k weapon and spell damage, 31% crit, 7800 pen. Actually got some really good resistances for a bow build. On our front bar, we're looking at 25 and 24, and then on our back bar, 28 and 27. That's pretty good. And Dragonknight is actually getting, even though we taking a sustain nerf and update, was it 46? We also we're getting more armor. So this scaled armor passive will be doubled to almost 3k. So we'll be sitting at like 30,000 resistances if I'm still playing like the pure DK build and not subclass anything out for this. But as far as skills, we got Magnum Shot, Molten Whip, I was also at one point in time using, where is it at? The elemental weapon. Yeah. Crushing weapon. At one point I was using crushing weapon. And the idea behind that was you have to use 3 light attacks to build up Pyrebrand. So you might as well get some extra light attack damage out of crushing weapon. And it hits like a truck. It feels really good when you use crushing weapon with this. But ultimately I decided to drop it for Molten Whip. And Molten Whip is just giving us like 300 extra weapon and spell damage just for being slotted, but it also hits hard, and I'll kind of show you how I use that when we get to the rest of the build. Our third skill, Healing Vault. I don't think I've ever really liked this skill, and I finally found a use for it with the healing. Ever since I swapped this to a heal, this has felt really good. So it's giving us a burst heal, a heal over time, minor expedition for 20 seconds, and then it creates space between you and your enemy. And you can really kind of juke people with this if you use it correctly. But it is very buggy. And like there's times where like if you, like with this skill, if I use it here, wrong button. Like you can create some good space. However, if there's like a slight heal behind you, it does, like you'll kind of just go up and come back down. So it's kind of buggy at times and it can be annoying. I've just been dealing with it, but I like the minor expedition that comes from it. And I like the fact that it gives me an extra stamina heal, which is something that I typically don't have on DK. Flames of Oblivion, self-explanatory. This thing hits like a truck. It auto targets 3 enemies within 15 meters of you. Yeah, and it just does a crap ton of damage. Lethal Arrow, this is our main spammable, applies the poison status effect, which counts as execute damage. And because it applies the poison status effect, it gives us guaranteed magicka and stamina from the combustion passive. And then since this is a fire-based build, I chose to go with Ferocious Leap. And this has also been really nice as well because that damage shield be saving my life more times than not. I actually like having that damage shield now. So yeah, you can see kind of the tool tips on my skills. The Healing Vault, that thing's crazy. Molten Whip, Magnum Shot, and then on the back bar we got Poison Injection. This is kind of our main execute with Pyrebrand. Hardened Armor, this is giving us an extra damage shield to kind of combine with our elite. Healing Contingency, it's our other burst heal, and then we get the minor intellect, so get some extra recoveries out of this. Resolving Vigor, heal over time, and Igneous Weapons, this is our weapon spell damage buff. Plus it's giving us another 1000 stand back when we cast this. Is also triggering minor brutality. So, and then I just got this back here, just a passive recovery. You could put the Sigic, the undo ultimate back there. You could put that back there. That's probably what I would have if I finish leveling this up. So that's the skills. Champion points, we're using Focus Mending, Master at Arms, Ironclad, Untamed Aggression. In the red tree, we got Celerity, Pain's Refuge, Sustained by Suffering, and Rejuvenation. Still not kind of set in stone on this, but that's what I'm currently using. As far as the damage rotation, so you got to get 3 light attacks to build up Pyrebrand, right? You also need 3 stacks of Molten Whip. So typically what I do is buff up light attack into Poison Injection, and then you do light attack or snipe light attack Flames of Oblivion, snipe light attack Flames of Oblivion, snipe light attack Flames. You can see I got, that's the 3 stacks of Pyrebrand built up. You got the 3 stacks of your Molten Whip, and then you just do a heavy attack into a Magnum Shot. That's the explosion from Pyrebrand, and that's pretty much the basic rotation as far as how you damage people with this. So injection, and then you do a heavy attack into heavy attack into the magnum shot, and then as they're flying backwards from the magnum shot, leap on them and then whip. And then typically you can kind of bounce back and reset the fight from a distance, because it's not necessarily a melee build, but after we leap on our enemies, since we're already in melee range, you might as well take advantage of the molten whip. But that's typically how I play this build. This build is extremely fast, has really good healing. So yeah, I've been having a lot of fun on this, and it's not even fully optimized yet, which kind of shows me the potential of it. But yeah, that's the build. If I end up doing any subclassing or anything with this, I'll do a update and I'll let y'all know what I decide to change with that. But with that, I hope y'all enjoy the gameplay, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace.
It's been a long ride. It's been a rough road. Just understand one thing though. They say impatience is a virtue. I've been waiting in my circle. No more waiting, it's time to take it, cause it's later than my curfew. The music that I'm making takes over the commercial. They hate and keep on hating till your face is purple. If I want it, that means I'm gonna get it. No ifs, no ands, no fuss about it. Watch me as your head keeps spinning. Ain't no way they get a run around it. All I got is money on my mind. You can see all the hunger in my eye. Stay with the team that's making the green. We chasing our dreams, they running, they hide. Further that, now with the point, no turning back. Body the beats and I murder tracks. They all singing, they heard us that. It's reflecting now, it's time I end this struggle. My team is in my huddle. Yo, I had this mapped out. I've been chasing all my plans. Hear me rhyming is like finding an oasis in the sand. Here I am, I'm a man as I stand on my own too. Built this empire, I don't talk it, let me show you. Actions speak a lot of the words. Shout to those who doubted me first. Feels good to be proving you wrong. You thought it was bad, it's about to be worse. When I get this budget in, I'ma rub it in to the point that you can't stomach it.